Welcome back. Well, I'm here with the people who have a warm heart for cold toes, and Terry, that's exactly what you have. Is that correct?
Pretty much. We do radiant floor heating systems. Actually, what we really make is part of the heating system. It's a structural subfloor panel called Warmboard. It's structural plywood, 1 1/8 tongue and groove, 4x sheets of structural plywood. We've routed a pattern of grooves in it. We've bonded a sheet of aluminum to that panel. Once it's nailed down, we press a tube into the groove. The tube carries hot water. The aluminum transfers the heat from the tube to the surface of your floor. In a radiant floor system, the radiant panel does something very, very simple. It conducts heat. And in the past, radiant heat has been done with concrete, which is a relatively mediocre or poor conductor. There's a reason why they make frying pans out of aluminum and not concrete. So we've kind of led the industry towards low mass, high conductivity, aluminum-based systems, and Warmboard is probably one of the premier systems of that type.
Let me ask you, what type of flooring can you put on top of this?
Yeah, that's one of the beauties of Warmboard is basically, at the end of the day, just structural subfloor, which means anything you can put on top of ordinary structural subfloor, you can put on top of Warmboard, and you'll use the normal methods that you're used to using. So, for example, if you want to put down hardwood, you would nail it directly to it. In fact, if you look at this backdrop here in our booth, you can see that the hardwood is nailed directly to the subfloor, and you can, of course, see the tubes while you're nailing it down, so that answers the question, how do you avoid hitting the tubes? You keep your eyes open. You can also put carpet and pad on top of it, again with the typical method, tack strips around the perimeter of the room, stretch carpet and pad over the top of it, and the carpet and pad does go in direct contact with the surface, and that makes the transfer of energy from the aluminum to the carpet very efficient. And so in the past, carpet has been kind of a no-no in the radiant industry, but when you have a highly conductive product like Warmboard, its conductivity is sufficiently high that when you put a little more R value like carpet on top of it, it still performs very, very well. And then if you're going to do tile, which is a very common form of floor finish on a lot of radiant systems, you would screw a backer board to the floor and then thin set tile on top of that. And it could be stone tile, it could be ceramic tile, anything of that sort.
So you have just become the newest best friend of a lot of people out there, because this is going to be very versatile.
It's very versatile, and it's very easy for contractors to accept also, because we always tell them you already know how to put it in. If you know how to put it in subfloor, you know how to put it in Warmboard. And as far as putting things on top of it, you already know how to do that with regular subfloor. You'll do everything pretty much the same. So it really integrates radiant heat into conventional construction.
Now, Terry, you've already received accolades for this. Tell us a little bit about that.
We were named one of the top 10 green building products of 2007. And this is because radiant heat in general is a very energy efficient way of heating your home. Studies indicate that it's between 20 and 40% more energy efficient than a forced air heated home, and the primary reason for that is that the ceilings are cooler, the floors are warmer. When you lower your ceiling temperature, less heat is going out through the ceiling. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's the basic big motivator for the energy savings. And Warmboard is particularly energy efficient because the highly conductive aluminum lowers the water temperatures. Low water temperatures are easy to heat to, they're more energy efficient to heat to. So generally as the temperature of the water goes down, the energy savings goes up. And Warmboard is about 10% more energy efficient than your typical radiant system because the water temperatures are typically about 30 degrees lower.
So it's green, it's versatile, it's easy to put in. A lot of our viewers are going to want to learn more. What's the best way for them to do so?
You can go to www.warmboard.com and you'll find a Warmboard expert on the other end of the line when you call on our 800 number, and they'll tell you all about it.
All right, Terry, thanks so much for being on.
Real pleasure.